Hello everybody and welcome back. This is going to be game number 16. It is going to be on Steps of War. As you guys can see, my opponent is slightly favored to win this match, which hopefully means that this is going to be a good battle. I am going to be the blue Terran down at the bottom left hand corner. Steps of War, by the way, one-on-one map with the rainfall, as in the Protoss versus Protoss I played. And my opponent is Zerg, so this is going to be a good old rough 'em up, smash 'em, bash 'em, Terran versus Zerg matchup. In fact, I think this is the first TvZ that I've casted so far, so here's to hoping this is going to be a good game. And I do have a pretty cool strategy this game. If you guys are familiar with Brood Wars, professional Brood Wars, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the SK Terran build, which is a professional build developed by SKT1, Pro Starcraft Brood War gaming team. And the build order pretty much goes as getting Marines and dropships and science vessels and medics, of course, and trying to crush the enemy Zerg base with pure Marines. And it actually works really, really well. So I'm going to try that build order this game, and let's see how it applies to Starcraft 2. And the one thing I'm hoping is that my opponent doesn't get Banelings, because I'm pretty sure Banelings would be a very, very strong counter to this build. But if my micro is on top level, it is possible to avoid Banelings with Marines. So we'll see how that works out. Before the game gets too much underway, I'm going to go ahead and do the shoutouts this week for contributors / donators who've really helped me out. So we're going to go ahead and start from the top of the list. Isurg, also known as Chris from Germany. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Obscurity Entwined, g16, who wants to see more Zerg, and actually this is his second donation, so thanks a lot, man. And I know you put the pronunciation for your name down, but unfortunately I forgot it already. But thanks anyways, and keep it coming, keep it coming. Nomad MGR, Bobochika from provincial Russia, the city of Samara, and Miken216. And of course anybody else who I forgot or left out this week by accident, thanks a lot for all you guys' help. I really appreciate it. And of course, if you guys want to have a quick shout out or a quick message broadcasted over YouTube, feel free to throw some change my way. Donations, contributions accepted. And the link is on my front YouTube page. So thanks a lot, guys. And so getting back to the game at hand, as you guys can see, my opponent has moved an Overlord into my base. I'm going to quickly try to take that out. And we'll see if I can kill it. Killing the first Overlord is always a great way to start the game, and sometimes can win you the game, really, just setting your opponent back quite heavily. And the Overlord just barely gets away with only 10 HP, but I'm going to send my Marine out to take that out. I don't take any prisoners. I don't have any mercy with the Terrans, so they're going to go out and finish off that Overlord. And as you guys can see back at base, getting refineries, I've got 2 Raxes up, so I can pump out those Marines. And if you guys like Starship Troopers, you guys are definitely going to enjoy this match. This match is a treat for the Starship Trooper fan, because nothing beats seeing Marines and Stimpaks against hordes and hordes of Zergs. And this Overlord is going to go down.
Looking forward to it.
And you guys probably heard that splat sound from the Overlord. So I'll go ahead and take this dead time to talk a little bit about my computer specs, since I've had a lot of questions about that. And I'll just go through the basic stuff. I basically have a Core i7, 2 5850s in Crossfire, although I've disabled Crossfire because it bugs out with Starcraft 2 at the moment. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty top of the line so that I can record videos at 30 FPS. But if you guys were interested in a basic computer, basic parts to run Starcraft 2 at the highest quality, I would recommend picking up a used 8800 GT or any 4800 series graphics card, and those should go for around 60 bucks, 70 bucks. And that should be able to run Starcraft 2 at the highest. And make sure you've got a dual-core processor, because SC2 is optimized for a dual-core processor, and should have about 2 GB of RAM, and you should be good. And total, that should not cost you more than $300 to $400, which is pretty cheap for a computer. And so as you guys can see, I did lift off my factory there, and I am getting 2 starports. The reason why I lifted off my factory is because SK Terran, at least in Brood War, you don't really need to get siege tanks. And you want to really save your gas for your science vessels, which in this case would be Ravens.
By the numbers, boys.
And so you could get a couple siege tanks theoretically, but this game I'm going to go ahead and rely purely on infantry. And I'm going to float that factory out to the gold expansion of my opponent's base, just to catch when he does try to take that expansion. And as you guys can see, an engineering bay coming up here as well to research infantry weapons. Some people have also asked what my average APM is. I'm by no means a pro, but my average actions per minute, as you guys can see researching the shields there for my Marines, but my average actions per minute are about, I'd say 150, which isn't really the greatest, but not actually the worst. But here I am moving out with my first dropship force, and this is going to be the beginning of the Terran harass. And loading up my second dropship as well. My Marines do have Simpax research from that tech lab attached to one of my Raxes, and the shields are researching right now, which give my Marines all plus 10 life, going up to 55. And here we go, moving in with the harassing dropship. There is an Overlord there, so I'm hoping my opponent isn't going to react to this in time, and gonna try to get some drone kills right here, dropping off the Marines. And the second dropship moving in from the south as well. One drone gets taken out, but the roaches come in, and so I'm going to go ahead and back away. I don't see any banelings, so that's good for me so far. And I'm going to drop off with the second dropship right here, keeping the pressure on my opponent coming from all directions, and I get 2 drones there, so 3 drones killed total so far. And drone kills are really, really good to get in TvZ or anything versus Zerg, because the opponent has to spend larva to replace those drones instead of getting army units.
Additional supply depots required.
And I've got the second dropship, both dropships, one at each base right here, keeping my opponent on his toes. And I'm dropping at the natural, trying to get some drone kills right here. And at the same time, my opponent's sending his roaches to the natural, which leaves the main exposed, so I'm going to get a couple drone kills at the back here.